All right, dear devotees, we are connecting. A little pause at the beginning because we're trying to connect simultaneously, as we have done just now, connected simultaneously through Instagram and through Facebook. So we're just juggling, trying to get everything looking about as it should. And we are here in service to our Guru Vaga. Our Guru Vaga being Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rockok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and in the next generation, my grandfather, Guru, if you like, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, whose message has been brought to the world through the grand preceptors, the preceptors of Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, introducing Krishna consciousness to the world, as trained by Srila Bhakti Rockok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, and as developed and presented, continued through the world for another 22 years after the disappearance of Srila Sridhar Maharaj by Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj to the present day of our Acharya section. So, welcome everybody. We are live, but also we are recording. Somebody is recording, and this way will be available for everybody to see. First of all, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So, I first would like to say, I'm here at Govinda Farm in Thailand, but yesterday was in Gupta Govardhan in Thailand, which is just under an hour's drive from here. And it's in the same region of Thailand, so we're able to cross from we're able to go from here to there without going into new regions. And as with most of the world, we are under lockdown, means we have to stay within our region and keep social distancing and all these matters. But yesterday we were able to come to the Gupta Govardhan temple and to be present during the Vyasa Puja, the Appearance Day festival of one of our present chargers of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat in the line of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Guru Maharaj. Then this is Srila Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Maharaj. And yesterday was his birthday, his Vyasa Puja day according to the lunar calendar. And in Gupta Govardhan, then we had a gathering of between 30 and 40 devotees, and they chanting the glories of Srila Goswami Maharaj deflecting those glories very quickly to Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Govinda Maharaj. And he also gave a bit of a short history from the very early days in San Francisco, all the way through to the taking shelter of Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, after the disappearance of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and the shelter of Srila Govinda Maharaj during and after the disappearance of Srila Bhakti Rockok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj. So yesterday was a day of glorification of the Vaishnavas. And indeed, our life is meant for glorifying the Vaishnavas, for appreciating the Vaishnavas, for being within the Vaishnavas' gracious glance, for serving the Vaishnavas. The Vaishnavas are our tangible connection to Krishna. And we know we are a little bit fortunate. We are quite fortunate in Thailand because we have a beautiful temple, a beautiful ashram, and the temple is very open air. The front side, as you're in the temple looking towards the deity, the front, of course, is where the deities, at the present time, 3 Giriraj Shilas are present there. The main Giriraj Shila, who arrived here to take up his home in Gupta Govardhan, the central Giriraj on the altar, and then to his left, generally with the deities, we're explaining the relationship left and right according to the Lord's left and right, because he, after all, is the subject. So the way he's watching on his left, there is Giriraj, who has been in Shenzhen and in Shanghai and maybe other places, but the devotees relate to him as the Chinese Giriraj. And he is here on the altar temporarily. For how long is temporary, we do not know. And on the main Giriraj is to his right is Giriraj from Hawaii, because with the world locked down, then also we have with us staying just very near Gupta Govardhan temple, actually at the Gupta Govardhan temple, but they have got some quarters very nearby in what's called the Bamboo House, which is how many meters? 150 meters, maybe, something like that down the road, in a very sweet, beautiful, quiet place. And they've come from Hawaii with their Giriraj, and so their Giriraj is worshipped on the altar at the moment. They were planning on staying a short while, but man proposes, God disposes, and Krishna actually gave them a very beautiful place to be, what's the word? Surrendered. They're already surrendered souls. But unexpectedly, they found themselves in lockdown in a very beautiful place, and where they're able to come daily to the temple, have association with the devotees, and do service. And what service they're doing, interestingly, is they are doing the transcripts of Goswami Maharaj's talks that he gives week by week, bi-weekly, tri-weekly, weekly, different times on the live stream broadcast, the Infinity Media live stream broadcasts. And whether they're in Hawaii or as they are, whether they're now just 100 meters or so from the temple, then that savor is continuing. And of course here, happily, they can physically, directly, if you like, consult with Goswami Maharaj if they have some questions. Whereas when they're in Hawaii, like we are doing now, they will be discussing with him, clarifying points by the digital process. So on the altar, when we face the altar, of course, the altar, it is solid, more or less. And then, but to the left, it is only pillars and fully open air. Behind is only pillars and fully open air. So it's a very airy temple, and there the devotees can gather, keeping some distance with each other, but in the fresh air, without it being like contravening any, like closeness, proximity, and confined area. For this modern age, this present time, then we have to be conscious to keep some space, to keep some air, and so that everybody's whatever it may be, what's the right word? I do not know. Everyone is appropriately respecting everybody else's space as far as any risk of virus goes. Anyhow, beautiful setting, a beautiful setting, which I can say maybe twice, maybe 3 times, I do not know, in my life as a devotee, but I can think twice in my life, maybe 3, okay, I'll say 3 times. At one time in particular, last year in Italy, with the beautiful devotees in Italy, means Krishna Kanto Munindra Mohan and their associates in the Vila Govinda Ashram, Madhurananna Prabhu, Chanti Devi Dasi, and others. We went up to the, not the Himalayas, the Alps. We went not only to the foothills, we walked in the Alps, not onto the high mountain, but up the valley, up a valley which no doubt has a name, but with the steep mountains both sides, the snow mountain right in front. And then we walked up that mountain, following the valley, following the river, the waterfalls, up, not actually to the snow line, but fairly high. And there was snow around us, but not continuous snow. But when I was in that valley, it felt so like perfectly picturesque, physically speaking, that I felt that I was wearing out some of my good karma. Or I think, whatever good, I didn't know I had such good karma left in this material world to be in such a beautiful place. And I felt, some good karma is being worn away by being in this place. And also, I can say that, perhaps when we were in the Himalayas going to Muktinath, there very astounding beauty in the lower land of the Himalaya, middle land of the Himalaya, then the high land where basically nothing was growing, very vivid, the feeling existence of life, and the Himalayas around us. And then from the mundane side, we were on pilgrimage, but still on the mundane side, I thought, some good karma is being worn away. Yesterday, coming being here in, first of all, Govinda Farm, and then coming to the temple, just externally, it is so beautiful. And We can't think everything we're doing is purely spiritual. So I was also feeling really some very good fortune from the past is manifesting now. And, who knows what will be in the future? Maybe this is some good karma that has come. But we were in such a beautiful place, which truly felt like an ashram. The beauty of all the variegated flowers, the fruits, the aroma, the sight, the mountain, the forest, everything was very ashram-like, as Srila Gurudev expected the Chaitanya Saraswat Mat would be like when he first joined. And he said, when I came, it was just jungle. But I knew something about an ashram, and I thought that it was going to be full of fruits and flowers and all these things. Anyhow, being in Govinda farm is very much like being in like a very heavenly kind of a place. It is so beautiful, nature abundant around. And coming yesterday to Gupta Govardhan, the temple there, and the temple is not only the building, but the surrounding environment that the temple is in. It felt very much like really such a supernatural place. And then ashram means that the deity will be there, the Lord is worshipped, and the Vaishnavas will be there. And yesterday was a beautiful day, glorifying the Vaishnavas, glorifying our Sampradaya, glorifying the gift of Mahaprabhu, the Golden Lord, what he has come to give and how he's come to give it through the devotees. So Goswami Maharaj did not want the events recorded or broadcast because in his humility, naturally, he's not wanting that, people will see that I am being glorified. But actually, Goswami Maharaj, he himself gave such a beautiful talk at the beginning. And that talk, at minimum of half an hour or so. And then the devotees, one by one, giving some appreciation, glorification, and Goswami Maharaj deflecting this, passing it all on, and in relevant, giving relevant descriptions of how this is what Guru Maharaj, Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, what Srila Saraswati Thakur is giving. And we are some instrument in the process to present this to the world. And the instrument as is arranged by Krishna's design, that Krishna, he arranges that the aspiring, sincere seekers will come to the Lord through his devotees. So again and again, we come back to the point of appreciating the devotees, not seeing any fault in the devotees, seeing the inspired side of the devotees, whether in Guru section, whether in the Vaishnava section, that we are to give appreciation everywhere for that devotional quality. One time we were in Navadip, and Gurudev faced many challenges. Srila Govinda Maharaj faced many challenges after the disappearance of Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Sri Ram Maharaj. And many challenges means you have to face to whatever apparent friction is coming from the environment and assert, if you like, establish what is the truth, establish what is the will, the wish of Srila Guru Maharaj, the wish of Srila Gurudev, Gurudev establishing the wish of Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Saraswati Thakur. And then one day, Srila Gurudev came to the temple, and we are walking around the temple compound. And then we came up to Gurudev's room, and he was feeling also, he was feeling, very happy that he saw the fruit trees that particular year. Many mangoes were on the mango trees. Well, not obviously. Kalpavriksha can give any fruit you like for the service of the Lord. But that particular year, many mangoes on the mango trees. And that year, many jackfruit and large jackfruit growing on the jackfruit trees, which were behind Srila Guru Maharaj's Samadhi. And the air that particular day, like very fresh and nice, is coming off the Ganges. Nature was very happy. And then we came up to Gurudev's veranda. That time his veranda was, for those of you who've been to Navadip in Acharya Bhavan, the Bhajan Kutir of Srila Govinda Maharaj, that time his veranda was just, when you went upstairs, came through the door, you went straight ahead. That was just a narrow corridor that opened out into what became the kitchen area, where the servitors would give some refreshments for the guests who would come to meet Gurudev. So at that time, that was Gurudev's public area. And in front of him, he had recently received from London, he'd received a painting of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And Gurudev was sitting there, and we just come in from walking, and he's looking at that painting. And he said, this painting, here is Srila Saraswati Thakur. Here is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And Gurudev said, I have, whenever I've gone to another temple, whenever I've gone anywhere else, I've always looked to see where is there a nice portrait, a nice painting of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. But he said, I'm seeing here, oh, this is a painting. Yes, it's reminding us of him, but we're not feeling, oh, this is his true nature that's coming through from the photo. And then one lady devotee, Ganga Devi Dasi, then she is a very good portrait artist. And she's asking to Gurudev, and she's Gurudev's disciple, and she's asking to Gurudev in London, what service can I do for you, Gurudev? And then Gurudev thought, yes, some service you can do. I think you can do. You can do. That service is to make a painting of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Then Gurudev gave some direction to her, what kind of painting, how to make the painting, and some reference pictures no doubt were given to her. And then she made the painting, and then Gurudev is traveling and then coming back to London. And then Gurudev, then she offered the painting to Gurudev, and then Gurudev looking at the painting and said, you adjust this. So she adjusted that. Then again looking, adjust this, adjusting something else. And then bit by bit, day by day, Gurudev is giving some direction for adjusting. And then one day she said to Gurudev, she said, Gurudev, I'm adjusting this and adjusting this. How will you know when the painting is ready? And Gurudev replied to her, I will know when it is ready, when Srila Saraswati Thakur is looking at me. So this way she was very pleased, and she continued to make the adjustments that Gurudev asked for. And then one day Gurudev went to see that painting, and Gurudev was very happy. He said, yes, this is Srila Saraswati Thakur. So that particular day in Navadvip, that painting had come to Navadvip recently, and Gurudev had it framed, and it is hanging in front of him and above him on that veranda where he gave public darshan. And he saw the painting, and we just come from outside, and Gurudev, he said, I feel we are doing something right. That Guru Maharaj and our guardians, they are pleased with us. Because despite many difficulties, we see the description that is given in the scripture about where there is auspiciousness, where there is divinity, then there we will find so many fruits on the trees, so many flowers growing, the fragrance in the air, and so many opulences, so the water is fresh, the water is good, etc. And Gurudev also, he gave a quote, as he's very able to do, about how the Pandavas were to be found. I need to get the names right. I didn't do any homework, but when the Pandavas were in hiding, then finally they're trying to find where are the Pandavas, to try to make the exile continue. And the instruction was given, and they cannot find them anywhere. Then the instruction was given to those who were searching for the Pandavas. Or you are looking in the wrong places. You have to first understand, you find that place on earth where there is great opulence of nature, of the fruits, the flowers, the rivers, the gentle environment, the birds singing. You find that opulent place. There the Pandavas will be. So Gurudev quoted that. And he then was giving some description about where we'd just been walking in the mat, about seeing all of this kind of nature opulence in the temple. And then Srila Gurudev said, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur has come to our mat. He has come here to my veranda. And Gurudev was very happy looking at that picture of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And then he told us this pastime of how the picture came to be. And from his own lotus lips, we heard that wonderful description and how satisfied he was that Srila Saraswati Thakur, in that form where Saraswati Thakur, looking at Gurudev, looking at him while he's sitting there, and Gurudev feeling, oh, we've done something good, that Saraswati Thakur has come to our mat in particular this way. This Gurudev's special vision, and a vision that we relish to hear, relish to have been witness to. And yesterday I was something reminded of this, quite reminded of this, when we are in the beautiful ashram of Gupta Govardhan, where we saw so much opulence of nature. After 3 days of heavy rains, the sun was out, the sky was clear blue, everything was very clean and fresh. Many birds are singing, very lively, and something that no one can record with a recorder or take a photograph of. That is that the fragrance, the air had different fragrances of different flowers, and they're literally surrounding those 3 open sides of the temple I mentioned just a little earlier. There are lotuses. There are lotuses and blooming lotuses. Some are like freshly in their about to bloom form. Some are blooming, some are wide open. But lotuses all around in these large clay pots filled with water and with additives, actually cow manure, and I think some elephant manure, because we don't have elephants, but there are elephants nearby, and they're happy to sell that to get a few, not rupees, but Thai baht, in order to help maintain the elephants, because now, of course, everything's under lockdown, so everyone is having to find some way to make some funds to feed themselves and to feed the animals, etc. So some elephant manure, some cow manure, whatever maybe had been put into these containers, and the lotuses are flourishing, looking very beautiful, and the fragrance from different flowers, trees, and of the earth, which has been soaking up the water after many, many very hot, dry days. All of this came to make of like a very visually beautiful environment. And then that's, we can say, the external side, but the internal side, we've got the beautiful deities, the 3 Girirajas, and then Goswami Maharaj came down and is wearing very bright, shiny cloth. So he was looking very radiant externally. The Vaishnavas are always radiant anyhow, but he was looking very radiant externally. And then a beautiful program, kirtan, discourses, and then finally with the arati, and then prasadam seva. And I was given some service yesterday, and that service was, you must not leave anything, you must take all prasadam. So yesterday we had really a truly wonderful feast with all kinds of preparations, non-Bengali and Bengali preparations, as well as sweets afterwards, and in the company of Paramananda Prabhu and Goswami Maharaj, Krishna Priya, and others. And we are taking this prasadam, and downstairs full with the devotees. And I'm sure there were more than 30 or 40 who came for the prasadam seva, and they had these big pots, which did remind me, maybe not of Navadip so much, but a little more of Calcutta, the Sri Krishnanasilna Sangha in Dum Dum Park, Calcutta. We're distributing prasadam from these large pots. And of course, more people may come for prasadam than sometimes for the discourses. That's because actually there are quite a lot of people cooking, but also we know in India, that's when you're going to have the most people. I wonder why, because prasadam seva is sweet internally and sweet externally, and everybody appreciates that time when it comes to honoring prasad. So anyway, a very beautiful day yesterday, and a beautiful day today. We started our day with kirtan. We're doing wherever we are. We're trying to start with the Mangalarti, some program, and here at Govinda Farm, that Mangalarti takes place on the yoga platform, which is not, we say yoga platform, they do yoga, but it's the Kirtan platform, which goes out into the rice fields, and they're continuing the program happily. And we hope that you also can continue the programs happily wherever you are. And we've been digitally, as it were, with devotees in different parts of the world today already. And now we are not quite, as a group in a room. I know that this is a little bit me speaking, and there's no interaction in the way of, having the windows and being able to talk with the devotees and share in that way together. But I feel that you are there. I feel that the devotees are there now and will see. And we're just simply trying to do what we do anyway, day by day, which is to be with each other, share something of our life, share something of the life we are seeing of others, which is a good example for us in our devotional life, headed by sharing how we've seen Guru Maharaj, Gurudev, and the great senior Vaishnavas, how they have given example for us in devotional life, and to help us to forget about all the mundane things and see the great wealth we do have in our connection with the devotees. The devotees really are our friends. All of us, myself, we have to keep on hitting ourselves over the head always. We must only see the good qualities in Vaishnavas. Don't see the bad qualities. Make our lives successful. Don't burn our fortune. So many things we can expand on these topics which have been told by Guru Maharaj, told by Gurudev, emphasized to us to always have our honor for the Vaishnavas. Without the Vaishnavas, our remembrance, our bhajan, everything, if we are not honoring the Vaishnavas, then all of this is more or less like a dream. A little bit, it is, yes, some aspiration, some dream, but the tangible thing will come when we can have appreciation for the Vaishnavas and engage in some service, with service mood to the Vaishnavas. This way, Krishna is pleased, and this is reaching Krishna, and our life becoming successful. So, knowing the right direction to go, reminding ourselves the right direction to go, then let us try to go in the right direction always. There are many things, many tips and advices, but it comes down to some very straightforward, simple things. Faithful, chaste, devotional life with heart, with following the guidance of those who are able to guide, who've given us guidance. Lip service, not to just do lip service, which is, oh, I know everything, but I'm not doing it. But let us do heart service, some tangible service. Let us try to do everything from not just from the chanting, but including the chanting of the holy names, the activities which we know we should be doing. And let us try to do it with the substance that has been given to us by our masters, with the mood of service to the Vaishnavas, as far as possible in the association of Vaishnavas. So, in appreciation of the Vaishnavas and in appreciation of the opportunity that we've got to be with the Vaishnavas and have their connection, to have your connection, to be able to share some things with each other, let us continue happily with the basis of our devotional life as strong as possible, so that anything that will come from above, that is their grace, but we'll make the base strong so that it can support that. Gurudev many times telling us this. Our duty is to make the foundation pad strong. Sometimes he said the foundation strong. Sometimes he said the launching pad strong. If you're going to launch a rocket, you must have a good launching pad. You can't just have sand underneath the rocket or water under the rocket. You've got to have something solid there, so that the rocket has something to get established from. So, whatever an analogy we use, we need to make the base of our Krishna consciousness firm and strong, in appreciation of the Vaishnavas, appreciation of each other, and wherever and whenever we can, to chant Krishna Nam together, to take prasadam together, to serve together. All right, happily with you, wishing you successful days until we meet again. And with again, my repeated obeisances, asking you please don't take my offense, none intended, and certainly the opposite, that we pray for the mercy of the Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpa tarubhyas cha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Dear devotees, till next time, have a successful Seva week. Hare Krishna. Now, a moment as we have to press the buttons to close the videos, the broadcast.